Hey everybody, Dr. Moon here. It has been a long while since I've gotten a chance to just sit down and talk to everybody. There's been so many things going on in the world and in life that I'm like everybody else in that I sort of fell away from my mission statement, which was to try to get you on the street to share your art and music in any way. And so I have a special thank you I want to send out to a young man I met today who inspired me to get back to it and to get information out. And it was from a seed that I had sowed on the street a long time ago. Young man said that we had had an interaction a number of years ago, and we had talked about busking, which is street performance, and that he had decided that he was going to start giving it a try in Blacksburg, Virginia. That's where I'm located at. And specifically, he was saying that maybe on Friday evenings he would be out in and around the area where there is a public piano. And so I'm really excited about that. That's an addition that the town of Blacksburg has that people can gather, and they regularly do on different jams on different nights. And so that's been a fun addition. So when he said that, it was inspiring to me, remembering that when you send out something and you're trying to encourage other people to share their art and music, then they somehow encourage you. And so I sincerely appreciate him for inspiring me to get back to telling you a couple of things about it. When he said that, I thought about all of you and your circumstances, no matter where you are. If you're going out and there is such a thing as a public piano in an area like that, there's a couple of things to consider with something like that. And this is the most precious thing about what he said in our conversation. I said sometimes it's difficult with a public piano if you're busking, if you're playing for music. And he said, I'm not interested in the money. I'm interested in it for personal healing, that it is healing to play music. It's healing to share your art. And so that to me was just a beautiful thought there as far as people getting together right now, sharing your art, sharing your music, getting together, forming clubs where you play ukulele, doing paintings together. Things like that I think are really, really important. So let me tell you about public space from a busker standpoint. A busker street performer. I play guitar and sing on the street, and we do have a public piano. Because it is out in all types of weather and subject to all types of people coming by, the piano may or may not be in perfect tune. I would anticipate that it's probably not. And I would encourage the town or people who know about tuning, stop in, tune the piano for the community. I'm sure we would all appreciate it. But as far as having a tuned instrument, always think that you can go and join around when there's open jams on that. If you have a tunable instrument, something that's you can adjust your tuning. A fixed instrument like a harmonica or something like that may be a little more difficult because the instrument you may not be able to adjust the tuning. But drums and things like that, have at it. It's a really great space. The issue with busking is that if you join in on a situation, you're flat broke and you're trying to make money busking and trying to have a little extra money. When you cloud the issue of who's playing and who's busking, then it becomes confusing as far as that type of thing goes. You want to really set yourself out, go somewhere that's more private, that you can enjoy your space. You can play the music at your rate. You know what you play. You sort of want to know how you present yourself. If you want to go to a community jam, I urge it. We have a bluegrass jam. We have the open piano jam. So there's plenty of places to gather together and play your music. But if you're going out to play music and you're busking and you're playing for tips, you want to have a good sign and go out somewhere that's a little more private. So let me give you this advice on your tip jar. When the most people, when you think of busking or street musicians, the classic thing is that they have their hat laying down or they have their guitar case open and there's change and guitar bills in the guitar case. that is great, and that is a way, and that's a simple, straightforward way. I encourage you to give it a try. But I've done this for over like 13 years now. Excuse me, and in 13 years' time, I've played in all types of weather and all types of conditions. So this is my best recommendation on a tip jar, is to get a gallon size plastic, like mayonnaise jar. They're like a mayonnaise jar of some type. Get it that's plastic, because it's super lightweight and easy to carry. Because of the design of it, the wind blows around it, and so it's not nearly as tempting to blow over. As far as the problem with having money in your case is that you end up chasing it, and when that gust of wind blows that $10 bill out of your case and down the street, your natural inclination is going to be to chase it. You don't want to do that. You don't want to fall. You don't want to get hit by a car. You don't want to be trying to stop it with your foot. You don't want someone else to pick it up. Just eliminate the fear that a wind gust is going to come and take your day's earnings when the guitar case falls over because the wind catches it. So here are two more suggestions as far as your tip jar. So you've got your tip jar. If you end up going out and you don't have your tip jar with you, the Goodwill store, a thrift store, something like that will always have some type of flower vase. Again, you have to be careful with it because you don't want it to fall over and break, and it's heavy to carry. If you're carrying in and out, walking in and out wherever you're busking, you want to have something that's light to carry. And so when you have a tip jar like that, you always want to have some kind of starter money. If you're old time, then you remember that when you had a well in your backyard and you had a pump on your well, in order to create the suction to pull water up from the bottom of the well, you would have a bucket that you kept water in, so that you would scoop water and pour it into the top of your well, pump it. That would create the suction. Little water in the well. That's the old saying as far as, well, you got to have a little something. So the best thing that I've found as far as your starter bill goes is a $2 bill. So when Clemson comes to town, you can always snag you a $2 bill. My son-in-law teaches at Clemson, go Clemson. So, but a $2 bill is good on a couple of different levels. It's an unusual looking bill. So people that are tipping, they're looking in and seeing if you got $1 in there, if you got a 5, you got a 10, you got a 20. So this bill is sort of an odd character as far as the look of the bill. It also has the 2s on it that sort of could be a 20. I mean, at first glance, someone walking by might actually think that you have more money in there than you do. So when you set it in there, you want to fold this in three ways like this longwise. So you fold it like this longwise. I always say a prayer, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And that is standing my bill up. As far as when you drop it into your tip jar, you want it to stand up. That way, if your dollar bill, if you can imagine, if it were in there laying flat, you can't really see that there's anything going on. But if you have your bill folded up like this, so it stands up, then people see that people like you enough that they've given you a bill, apparently. So people tend to go with other people on something if it seems like something other people are doing. The worst is to always get to the street and not have any starter money because you're broke. That's the reason that it's good to have a $2 bill. When you get home, you count out all your money and you take your $2 bill, you drop it back in your jar. Don't count out your $2 bill. Never count that. Just keep that in the jar. Never think about it. A couple of ideas that you want to keep in your instrument case, wherever you're at, is a small piece of chain. Because you will be out sometimes where the wind is howling and it will blow over your tip jar. And again, but at least your money doesn't go flying. If you drop a piece of chain in the bottom, it really doesn't show up, but it gives just enough ballast as far as keeping your tip jar from falling over. The other idea or the other suggestion is always, always, always go to the street and have plenty of water. And so you want to have, and I just thought I was going to snap this label off. You want to make sure you stay hydrated. Last thing you want to do before you go onto the street is to use the restroom, and that way you're set to go for a period of time. If you're going out to busk for a couple of hours, and make sure you have water. If you take your label off your water and put it down in your tip jar, put your dollar bill in front of it, it helps hold the dollar bill up, and you don't see the bottle in there, and people will go ahead and tip. You can also put battery operated lights that you can buy, and they will glow up through the tip jar. So that's my rant on tip jars and the way to set yourself up for success when you go out, because you're going to be out in all kinds of circumstances. Travel light. Remember to be able to pick up and move if there's any kind of issue. Don't create a noise complaint. Don't block traffic. Those are the two main things. So I look forward to everybody coming out this summer. Continue to work on your acts, different types of things that you could do on the street. Remember Roanoke, Busk Roanoke. Look that up online. Encourage them and the Roanoke busking scene. So watch out for them. Thank you all so much for stopping in. Check me out on my other channel, Retire Your Dreams Never. And I've got a lot of crazy information that I'd like to give you. So I look forward to seeing you over there. Thank you so much, and good luck busking. Bye-bye.